Hello, folks. Hello, and welcome to AWS OnAir. My name is Darko, and welcome to this wonderful, wonderful little segment, which I'm going to share with my co-host here in a second. We're going to be talking to you all about the cool things we've built with Amazon Bedrock. Yes, Amazon Bedrock, the solution that you can use, you developers, you builders out there can use to build LLM-powered applications, can build agentic systems, can build knowledge bases, all of those fun things. And today we're not going to talk about that service to an extent, but we're going to be talking about what is the things we've built, what I've built, what Tiffany has built with Amazon Bedrock. So to start off, I'm going to let Tiffany introduce herself. Tiffany, hi.
Hi, Darko. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me. So I'm a developer advocate in artificial intelligence at AWS, and I like to build cool stuff. And
indeed you do.
Yes, and also play video games, and you'll see how those two actually combine very well together. And
I'm excited to see your demo. I'm excited to see your demo. So a combination of video games and large language models. Thank you, Tiffany. My name is Darko. I'm also what they call these days a developer advocate. I come from a long line of system administrators. Remember those? Remember when we were called system administrators? Yeah. I get to talk to you, wonderful people, about how to build stuff in the cloud. Both of us are. I'm from Serbia. She's from France. So we are. We're here in wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada, at the AWS reInvent 2024, and we get to talk to you, Twitch people. So people in chat, tell us where you're coming from. Tell us where you are joining us from. If you're watching this remotely, hello. If you're watching this from Las Vegas, come and say hi at the expo tomorrow. Without further ado, I think we should kick it off. Tiffany.
Yeah.
So Tiffany, tell us what you built. Well, actually, show us what you built.
Yeah. So
let's switch to the screen.
Oh, let's switch to the screen. Well, it's directly my Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah. So I guess some of you already have heard about this game because it's like kind of really famous. But if you have not, this is an open world where you can build pretty much whatever you want. And of course, there's a lot of packages that you can use to use code in Minecraft, and that's amazing. And so the idea was to have a bot that is controlled by an AI and that you can play with. So I am going to show you this project. This is really, really cool. Okay, so here is, we're in the game of Minecraft. I launched a game, but aside from that, you will need to have the code running.
Okay.
So I wrote an article on community.aws. If ever you want to have the whole details of it, maybe you can share the link in the chat. And I'm going to show you the repo. So it's right there. Okay. So once you have your Minecraft running in the background, you need to first open a LAN. So back to game here. Oh wait, where is it? Open to LAN. It's already open to LAN.
It's open to LAN, yes.
Yeah, that's right. In the config file here, you're gonna have to put your port for the LAN server. Of course, we're not in a multiplayer setting. We're in a single. And also, you're going to deploy an agent. So what's an agent?
Okay.
It's not just you talking to an AI through the game, but also the AI needs to play the bot. So it needs to know how to build actions and actually interact with the bot for the bot to interact with you.
Okay.
And so the agent is here to actually make it possible for the bot to make actions in the game. So we have a config file here in the agent_cfn for configuration.
Okay.
And right here, we are describing how the agent is supposed to interact with the game. So we've given it prompt where you actually tell what the agent is. So it's a player in the game. It's supposed to play with you. And also we have given it a bunch of different actions that it can do. So for example, here the action name, action jump, explains how the AI can make a bot jump in the game.
Okay.
And so we describe basically what the function does. Here it's a dig action, but jump, where is jump?
Just jump your character.
Yeah, the description is so simple here that I did not even see it. But yeah, so it describes here, for example, for the action dig, it describes how the bot can dig a hole. And So it describes it in plain English.
Yeah.
So the LLM has an understanding of what it is, but behind the scenes, we are connecting all of those different actions to real functions.
Okay.
And here it's in the source. For example, action handler here, because sometimes your AI does hallucinate,
Of
and
course.
like if you're asking it to do something in the game, it might not even sometimes it might get it right, but sometimes it might not even find the way to actually make the bot jump
Okay.
or do an action like dig something. So to make it a little bit more robust, we have actually given the code to the AI to show it exactly how it can perform the jump action in the game, or how it can dig a hole. Or like, for example, we have a bunch of different actions, like here defining if it's raining or not, like moving to the player, like finding a location. And because we have defined all of those actions, we are creating sort of a toolbox
Right, exactly.
for the AI.
Yeah.
And then the AI is going to choose which one of those tools it's using to perform actions. So it can become very powerful, because as you are giving it more tools,
Yeah.
you're giving more competences and skills to the AI to perform in the game. So let's see.
And just these tools are basically just function. In this case, it's a
Yes.
TypeScript function that does a certain thing, right? And they can be almost anything. You can have the bot actually reach out to the internet and get you the current weather, right?
Yes.
It's just actual code that the LLM decides to use.
Yeah, it decides to use, but we have written it.
Exactly.
So you can test it. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, that's why it is so robust. It's because each of the functions that you give to your agent have been tested. You are in control of what are the actions that the LLM can perform in the game. So there's no, like, this could go to production because,
exactly.
because you know that you're not going to break things.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to run the code
Okay.
and launch the bot in the game.
Okay.
So going back to the game,
Ooh, Rocky
here
joined.
is my bot, Rocky. Yeah, and so for now, let's just
Okay.
yeah, I've tested a bunch of things before. Oh, let's clear this. Oh, I can't see clear. It's right beneath the numbers. Oh, it's also
Okay.
it's
Try it
fine.
again. Clear again. Curly. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah, because it's like the numbers are right in front of my chat window. Anyways, so let's say hi, hello.
Okay.
And so what I just did is that through the chat, I'm sending hello, and this is Bedrock behind the scenes
Okay.
is taking my prompt, basically
Yeah.
like what I'm saying, and sending it to Claude 3 Haiku, 3.5
Okay.
Haiku,
Okay.
and that's Claude 3.5 Haiku that is answering to me, hi there, I'm ready to play Minecraft.
Oh, so you can ask it, literally ask it anything. You say, what is the capital of Mongolia? It's
Yeah.
it's going to be able to answer those things. Interesting.
Yeah, like what is the capital of? You said Mongolia.
Mongolia. Shout outs to Mongolia. So yeah, look at that. And then is it going to answer? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't
It's
even.
not even. It's. You guys, this is what's happening when you're playing with LLMs. They just go crazy and do what they want.
Okay.
It just wants to play Minecraft.
Because you told it so in the system prompt.
Yes.
You defined that it's intended to be playing games.
Actually, we've been very restrictive with that AI because we don't want it to go too crazy, especially in that kind of life.
Okay.
So in the system prompt, it says basically you're playing the game of Minecraft.
see.
Don't, and we've given it a bunch of rules like don't, talk about
Right.
I don't know, politics or stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
probably why.
Okay.
But yeah. So now let's say if I'm saying jump, for example. Oh yeah.
That's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Jumps. Okay.
The AI, so the AI knows that in the different skills that we've given it, it has the function jump somewhere, and it's thinking to itself, okay, the player is asking me to jump, maybe I have this in my toolbox, finding the function and actually executing the code behind it so the bot is actually jumping in the game.
Yeah.
I can even ask, follow me.
Okay. Okay, so it also knows how to do that. Nice. Okay.
Because we've given it the possibility to check for my location in the game, and so it gets my coordinates
Okay.
and like go to that location.
I love that it's also trying to use a lot of emojis because I'm not sure if chat you see, but in the chat in Minecraft there's a bunch of emojis. They're colorless, but yeah, it's quite a thing it's trying to do there. Okay.
You know what? It's different than yesterday because I changed the LM.
Okay. There you go.
So that's probably why it's now trying to. Apparently, Haiku 3.5
Loves emojis.
loves emojis and is trying to send emojis right now.
Wonderful.
In the chat. So yeah, like the thing that is really cool here is that like. So you've given it a toolbox with a lot of different things, but now if you ask it, for example, something like "Let's play hide and seek,"
Yeah.
because the LLM has general knowledge of
What
the
does it-
world and
yeah.
what the hide and seek game is,
Yeah.
it's going to think for itself, okay, maybe to play this game in Minecraft,
Yeah.
I will need to know the location of the player, maybe know mine, and like hide somewhere, you know,
love that.
in the
Okay.
environment. And it's actually having a chain of thought, as we call it. So it's thinking through the different actions that it's supposed to do.
And ultimately, because it's an LLM, right? It's not your typical game AI, right? Where you like there's
Yeah.
Minecraft has artificial intelligence for all of its like mobs and all those things, but this is a lot more. There's a chain of thought. There's thinking. There's a lot more involved because it has general knowledge of the world.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is how it gets very surprising because,
Yeah.
like, it's not like just you have programmed the functions that it can do and
Yeah.
it will only just do this. Now it can use a combination of the different tools that
Yeah.
it's doing creatively to like make up stuff or like have an idea, like like how to interact
Yeah.
with you. And this is where it gets really surprising. Sometimes you have a very limited amount of actions that it can do, but somehow it will come up with a very creative way of using all of those different competences to like interact with you and
Yeah.
play with you.
So can you please ask it to dig a hole while I wrap this little segment up? I just
Yes.
I want to see how that actually pans out because
Dig a hole.
yeah, the thing that's happening here is that Tiffany is using a multiple different elements of Bedrock here. It's not just the LLM behind the Claude 3 Haiku here. It's also using agents, so agentic and tool use workflows, because there's an autonomous system to this. So this bot is basically running arbitrary functions, commands that it can interact with Minecraft and do things, which is just fascinating. Like we made a bot dig a hole.
Yeah, that was cool because it actually asked me if I wanted a small, like a small hole or
Yeah.
a big one or a medium one.
And it didn't listen to it.
And no, it did. I asked for a small one, and then it did dig a little.
One by one?
A very little one.
Okay, sure. Okay, there you go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Wow, that's a
Oh,
that's
Rocky,
a
come back!
okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I think it's time for us to switch to a different thing. I'm going to be switching over to my screen to show you something else we've built besides Minecraft. We're gonna go talk about something that's helping you developers out there build some cool things. So I'm going to be sharing my screen in a second, and I'm going to show you what I've built with the power of Amazon Bedrock and the Rust programming language. So let's have a look. I've built a tool that is called Bedrust, and a Bedrust is a Rust-powered, as it's in the name, or actually LLM-powered, Amazon Bedrock-powered utility that interacts with an LLM using the command line. It's not just your typical chat thing here. I can do like, I don't know, what is the capital of Mongolia? This one will actually respond. It's going to give me that response from, in this case, Claude 3.5 sonnets. Sure. Darko, you've built a chatbot. Yeah, I know. It looks like a chatbot right now. It's super great, right? It's sure, but it's so much more. It's not just a chatbot. It's a whole. I've used all of the little bells and whistles that Bedrock has. So, for example, if I quit out of this and do bedrust and --help, you will see that I support all the models.
Oh,
All of the
even
models.
the very new ones.
Yes, exactly. So if I do
Cool.
bedrust -- model, I think it's model ID, and I do Mistral large 2, and I will say, what is the capital of Mongolia? It's calling Mistral in this case, and it's going to hopefully answer. And there you go. Look at that. How did I manage to do all of this from the same single command line application? or this is where the beauty of the Converse API comes in. The Converse API gives you the ability to talk to most LLMs on Bedrock using the same API. Not just talk to them using the same API, but also get the same response, which usually was my problem because if you send a API call to like a meta model, like a llama model, or to an Anthropic model, the call may look similar, but the response is definitely not.
What do you mean? Like not the content of the response, but the format.
The
right?
format, yes, exactly. Because you get a big old JSON blob, and like the meta models have different layers like to it, and Anthropic have these ones. The Converse API just unifies it all. So I'm going to show you some code here. It's relatively simple. I'm going to call Converse here. There's a function here. I know this is Rust, apologies, but like it's literally just a single call to the conversed function here. That's it. There's nothing more to it than just this. You set a model ID, set a system message, a message, and that's it. It doesn't care which model you're sending to it, as long as the Converse API supports that model. It just works.
Yeah, that's really cool. Can you show what's the response, like how it looks like?
Oh, the thing is, yes, I can. I have it here. I think it is in. Let me see if it is. If I have it defined. No, actually, the response I have a struct somewhere. If I can find it. Do I have it? I don't know even do I have it? I don't know where I even defined that one. So it is conversation. Oh, converse output. There you go. So
Converse output.
that is it. The converse output
there you
is
go.
literally just there's a whole struct about it. There's the output, stop, reason, usage, and that's it. And the output, there's another thing called it's just that. It's relatively simple. It's all built into the SDK, so you don't even have to worry about creating your own
Yeah.
types. It's just all of the things are
And
defined
it's always the same for all of
Yeah.
the models.
Yeah.
Even when the models are not from the same provider.
Exactly, which is just beautiful. I want to show you one more little neat trick this thing can do. So you saw me chat to the application, but I built it so like I can do the following. So currently I'm in a Python application. I have a Python application here that just it's a Flask application, nothing special. But what I can do here is I can do bedrust -- source dot, not source, source, source dot. I pointed bedrust to this little folder here. So what it does, it actually picks up all of my code and talks to me about my code. So I can ask it, how do I handle Redis connections? And it knows what it's talking about. What I'm doing here is I'm actually packaging all of the code in my code directory and shipping it off to the inside of the context over to Bedrock. And I'm able to talk to it about specifically
Oh, nice.
how I am writing code here, which is just wonderful. So it's a little tool that I built by myself. The way I've kind of experimented with all the features of this. It is available. It's open source. You can find it on GitHub. Let me actually give you the link here. I'm gonna pop this link in the chat, by the way, once we finish sharing the screen. But you can find it on the GitHub page. It's my little Rust experiment. It's my little experiment with Bedrock. And if you need a command line application that can help you understand your code
Yeah, it's so cool.
or build stuff, this is kind of the way to do it. Okay, Tiffany, we're gonna have to wrap up slowly. But
Yeah.
I want us to share one more thing.
Yes.
One more cool thing. Not we haven't built it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we know a guy who has built it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch over to the screen share of Tiffany, and we're gonna be looking at one really cool thing that our friend and colleague Mike Chambers has
The
built.
amazing
The
Mike
amazing
has
Mike
done.
Chambers.
So he could not be here with us
Yeah.
today. I'm going to share an article that he's written, and so this is agent, like I showed you before, to the next level. Like this is really
Yeah.
cool. He has built, like basically a dungeon master.
Yeah, exactly.
A dungeon master. So if you play role-playing games and you have a dungeon master, then you might be very interested, or if you don't have, you might be very interested in that game because
Yeah.
it's going to play the dungeon master for you. So basically, he's explaining how he created it. It's the same thing with agents because,
Yes.
like as we speak before, because it's not just interacting with the chat,
Yeah.
but it's also making actions like rolling dices for you, or because as a dungeon master you need to roll
do those.
dices like
Yep.
to count the probabilities of an action to actually happen in the game. And so there's a lot of different functions that the AI is actually doing
Yep.
through the code. We don't have time for the code, right?
Right.
We don't, but maybe for another time. But if you want to see how those agents can work with the code and interacting with the code, this is where you need to go.
I'm gonna pop the link in the chat. folks in the chat, you can go to community.aws to check out this article. There's a whole instructions how you can deploy this game for yourself and play it.
And it's amazing.
And it's amazing. and play it today. So do not wait. It's a bit of Python. You can look at the code, explore a little bit, learn a little bit, but also maybe have some fun with some wonderful. And it's also command line based, which is just the best kind of.
Yeah,
way.
it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Friends, do not go anywhere. There's more content coming up right here on AWS On Air, so do not go anywhere. Do not switch that Twitch channel and just say hello in chat. We'll see you on tomorrow.